Okay, so here we are, and we are now live. And so there we go, and I'm just going to check. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does. The reason why I'm doing this is, Craig, if you come on, tell me how to do what you want me to enable this to do and how to do it. Okay, good. So Debbie, Joy, and Angela, you two are the winners. So let me know for what you would like me to do as spiritual mind treatment. Wow, things are clicking this morning. Well, it's going to be a fun morning. And hello, welcome, David and Marky. Excellent. We've got a mob here. All right, so something a little bit different will be happening later. Okay, so for now, let me do a spiritual mind treatment. Okay, so this word is being spoken for each one. And if you would like to include anyone else or anywhere on this planet, just think of their name or that place right now and know that this word is also for them. And I choose a very particular place on this planet right now. This universe is only one universe. And so whatever this universe is, whatever it contains, whatever it is able to do, all of it is created by that one creator, and all of it is an expression of this one life of that creator. That creator's ideas are manifesting as this universe and everything in it. And that divine creator, being infinitely intelligent and all-powerful and omnipresent, chooses to create only that which is with harmony with everything else. That divine creator has no desire to destroy its own expression of life. So any ideas or evidence or beliefs in destruction, hurt, annihilation, harm, damage, it is not of the thinking of this one creator that is creating a universe of light, teeming with infinite expressions of life, which is impelled by love to express, to be that which all is. And it is beautiful, balanced, and everything, every single created object, from the quark level to the planet, every single thing is in its spot in the universe where it is simultaneously harmonious with everything else. There is no competition for a particular spot. Everything has its place. And that place ensures the highest and greatest good of that object, as well as the highest and greatest good of everything else. This is the way that this creator operates. And any belief to the contrary is not of the creator and is, if manifested, a projection of the divine goodness of the creator coupled with a negation of it. Anything to the contrary of life, light, love, power, peace, beauty, harmony, and joy is an idea of no to these qualities. And so each one is now recognizing the presence of these qualities: life, love, light, power, peace, beauty, harmony, joy. And in this recognition with a yes, there is an acceptance and an allowance and a cooperation of these qualities manifested in the world. No matter where anyone is, no matter what may be going on in anyone's world, a recognition of these divine qualities instantly begins the operation, the flow of that one creator at work, bringing its life, love, light, power, peace, harmony, beauty, joy to be present right where each one is. Because there's not a spot where God is not. There is not a spot where all that what God is not. There's not a spot where life that desires to express more life is not. There is not a spot where love and that perfect healing presence of the expression of that love is not. There is not a spot where wisdom, intelligence, and that divine guidance and the infinite possibilities yet to be is not. There is, for each and every one, no matter where he or she is, a path, a place, that divine guidance that shows each one the way of walking in peace, in harmony, in love, in joy, expressing this life, and being in harmony with everything else. And so wherever there is a no, wherever there is a negative, wherever there is a fear that God is not there, that love is not there, that goodness is not there, it is all by this word erased, evaporated, and vanished. There is, in this infinite universe, more than enough for each expression of this Creator. More than enough good everywhere. So any and all human race belief that someone or something or some situation is somehow overruling what this one Creator is creating and making it impossible for one to receive their good is a lie right from the beginning. And so all unconscious or conscious acceptance, belief, or agreement with the no's anywhere in the human race, anywhere on this planet, it is now released, vanished, and gone. It is the divine affirmative that is present within each one. And that presence is universal. And that presence is guiding each and every one, no matter what they might have been doing. No matter what their personal intention has been or is, this divine presence is there, guiding each one at the level of their understanding to be in harmony with everything else. So there is not a spot where God is not a spot where it's love and it's peace and expresses as its perfect right order and its divine right action. And that divine promise expressed by Jesus, I have come that ye shall have life and have it more abundantly, is the urge, the real true urge within each one to have that life and to have it more abundantly. And so that is the activity present within each one. And each one is therefore somehow, to the human race's view, a miraculous way, somehow this infinite intelligence is still present and is still orchestrating the movements, the activities of all in this universe, in the systems, the galaxies, in the atoms, in the activity of all the particles, and yes, even in the activity of all humanity. And so each one now claims that good, claims this omnipresence of love, is able to listen to this inner guidance, and is able to know what is his or hers to do to be in that path of the highest and greatest good of all. And any and all belief that the highest and greatest good of one is to take from another, or that one must sacrifice for someone else's good, is erased, evaporated, and vanished. There is no such thing, because the all good is everywhere. And what might appear to the human race as a sacrifice is, and always has been, a claiming of one's own personal greater good. And so right here and right now, each one is knowing peace, and knowing that peace is everywhere, and that this conscious recognition of the divine loving presence is part of the collective consciousness of the human race. And that each one right here, right now, is an opening for the recognition of the loving presence in, through, as all humanity. And this personal, individual recognition of that which is the omnipresent all does bring into human experiences all the qualities of the divine. And behold, all things are made new. Everything is moving according to that divine pattern of moving from good to greater good in ways and means of peace, harmony, and joy. There is a way for more of an expression of peace and harmony and order with its love and its joy and its delight expressing its life. There is a way anywhere and everywhere for each and every one, no matter what the situation. The recognition of the divine loving presence changes every situation for the good. And so each one is now knowing that for him or herself and his or her world. And each one is knowing this now for each and every loved one and friend and each and every neighbor. And each one is now knowing that for every single being on this planet, and is knowing that for each and every being who is no longer on the planet. Each one is knowing that this loving presence is here, there, and everywhere. And its good, its blessings, its divine loving protection is right with each one now. And behold, in each one's life, there is a greater acceptance of this great and glorious life. And there is for each and every one, given to each one now, the sight, the vision, the clarity to see another path, which is the way, the divine way. This is the truth. I am grateful that this is the truth. I release this word to the law. It is done, and so it is. And that is the way it is. All right, so welcome, Debbie, welcome, Joe, good to see you, and Tina and Raul. This is wonderful to see you all. Okay, so we're moving forward. We see Reverend Rich gathering himself together here to play some music, so let's hear what he has to sing.
It's going to be a surprise. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive.
And so we have these divine qualities present within us. And so let's open to a divine quality, as well as opening to a fulfillment of that, all the desires within our heart. So let's open to life, love, light, power, peace, harmony, beauty, and joy. And let it particularize as a fulfillment of all that is in our hearts. Let's open to it and claim it and let it be revealed. And so all the rest is up to that loving presence which is moving through each and every one of us right here and right now. And so it is.
I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to CSL Princeton. I'm Jon Heron. I'm a practitioner here at this center. And we are a loving, healing, and inclusive community. We've always been that. We still are that. We are here to teach and practice the principles of the science of mind for the well-being of ourselves and the world. So I don't have any specific announcements for this morning. We are here as we always have been. I wanted to talk a little bit this morning. So I spent Friday and Saturday, there was a global practitioner online gathering. And the keynote speaker was Marianne Williamson. And talk about a person who talks about new thought clearly and engages it with what's going on in the world. And she had many things to say. We know she's running for president. She's still out there doing that. But the big thing that I came away for, we're surrounded by a lot of things that are coming at us in this world. And I find it really difficult sometimes to understand, for myself as a practitioner, how do I engage with that? At what level do I engage with it? Sometimes it's demanding my attention. It's very hard not to get engaged with it. But at the same time, who are we practicing this teaching? We are, as Reverend Karen said, we are the divine presence. We live to develop that presence within us, and we are that in the world. And one of the things that Marianne Williamson said is, now is the time for prayer. And she said, yeah, all other spiritual practices are great. Affirmations are great, and doing your reading is great. Now is the time for prayer. And certainly, when we welcome ourselves to a Science of Mind gathering, what's at the very core of it? Spiritual mind treatment seems to be, doesn't seem to be, is the core practice that Ernest Holmes taught us. And what's spiritual mind treatment? It's recognizing, to me anyway, it's recognizing that the divine is here in everything and recognizing our connection with it. So it really struck me, Marianne's statement very strongly, now is the time for prayer. If we really believe that treatment is our way to connect with the divine, and if you don't believe that, then that's what we're here to learn, right? And certainly as a practitioner, I believe it very deeply. So again, now is the time for prayer. And in the book Ernest Holmes at Asilomar, Holmes says, "Who shall tell you how to pray when you feel like praying? Only you know your relationship to that which is greater than you, but which is you. This is a sacred precinct. It is the Holy of Holies. This is the secret place of the Most High, and in you is that light, that being, the candle of the Lord that can never be extinguished." So I would just say in welcome, this is the time. The world is calling on us to be true to what we believe, not just to think about it, not just to read about it, but to practice it. Spiritual mind treatment, whatever form of prayer calls you, now's the time. And so there was something else in this book that I saw that I thought would be really of value for us to think about. The life without wonder is dead. Life comes from the innermost resources of our own divine nature. This was the claim Jesus made upon the universe. We must make the same one and identify ourselves with the same presence and power in the same principle. This is why we are here. This is the meaning of our work. This is the meaning of what CSL Princeton is here for. What the Science of Mind, why we read the textbook, all of that stuff. The same power and presence in the same principle is one with us. If we have anything to offer the world, it will be this: The new openness of the mind and the soul and the spirit cannot help but generate love. And I would just say that with all that's going on in the world and my personal response to it, I thought the only thing I know how to respond to it is with love. As much love as I know how to connect with in myself, holding that consciousness of love. And Emma Curtis Hopkins, I was just reading, she said, doesn't matter what's going on. Doesn't matter what's bothering you in your life and all that kind of stuff. Love, peace, joy, these things are more powerful than any of those other things. And it's as simple as just, even as your mind, I think of it for myself, my mind is, sorry about that.
God calling.
My mind, hello God. When my mind is going around in circles, and let me tell you, sometimes, especially in the last week, my mind is going around in circles, and Emma says very clearly, so what? Let it go around in circles. Don't put your attention there, because what you focus on expands. Focus on love, because love is what is more valuable, more powerful than anything. And when I think of what's going on in the world, I don't care which side of which argument I'm on or anybody is on. Marianne said something yesterday about, said it's not that when we pray to God so that we can win on the battlefield. No, we pray and that prayer lifts us above the battlefield. And from that place, we live, from the place of love. And she brought out that point, that wonderful saying of Rumi, that beyond all thoughts of good and evil, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Somebody is really wanting to talk to me. So it's God. Yes. Hello. 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 Inside, not out there. Inside here. Anyway, so Ernest Holmes says, I realize that since I am one with all life, I wish to express the most life that I can. Your life is my life is your life. I cannot leave you out and understand myself. I am incomplete. I am lame and blind and halted without inclusion. Remember this. We're talking about the kind of inclusion that Buddha, Jesus, Gandhi, Walt Whitman, and Emerson understood. When Emerson said that who in his integrity worships God becomes God, and when Jesus said that God causes the sun and rain to fall alike on the just and the unjust, and when Walt Whitman said of the prostitute, not till the sun excludes you do I exclude you, not till the waters refuse to glisten for you and the leaves to rustle for you, do my words refuse to glisten and rustle for you. This is inclusion. This is why this center is here. That's why this teaching is here. And that's why it's so important not just to think about it, but to practice it, to do the prayer at whatever level of understanding each one of us has. Our littleness, the narrow vision of our spiritual perspective, causes the horizon of God's boundless skies to press so close to us that we're suffocated by that which alone could give life, and we must reverse the process. We must come back to the life with wonder. So this is, I hope that that's a value. We should all be thinking about how do we respond to this. Because at one level, the universe, us as practitioners, and every one of us listening is a practitioner, or you wouldn't be listening. The universe is presenting, call it a challenge, to see the divine, to see love in this. And by us carrying that love and developing that consciousness of love, we change the world around us. Because it looks like nothing else is going to change the world. So anyway, that's I hope that's a good welcome into this morning. And please take that out into your life. Be that beacon of love. Just nothing else other than know that love is present. Develop that consciousness of love. So thank you so much.
Might be your mind calling you, John. Never know. I know my mind is calling me, telling me things I don't want to hear.
Yeah. Mine does the same thing.
So I better take the words in this song as a little advice. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free. And I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, any day.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you, Reverend Rich. That was so sweet. Love it. Love it. Good morning, everybody.
Morning, DeeJah.
Okay, it's great to be here. I'm going to first make the bowl sing for just a minute. Then I'm going to read a guided meditation by Max Heistein. The name of the meditation is Encouragement, Reconnecting to Life. And then I'll do a treatment. First, the bowl. It's not singing today. I have to work on this. Wake it up? Okay, now comes the meditation. Please don't participate if you're driving. Listen from your conscious mind rather than going deeply. Dr. Karen just laughed. Okay, let's first take a collective deep breath. Make yourself comfortable. If you like, please close your eyes. Take another slow, deep breath and let go of any tension as you feel yourself sinking into your chair, becoming still more comfortable and relaxed. Take another slow, deep breath and release your thoughts, letting them drift far away. And know that in this moment, all is well. Let's take a trip and imagine that you've been scuba diving just off the coast of a tropical island, looking for a rare fish you've heard about, but you've only seen in pictures so far. You've heard from the locals that you can find this fish here, right in this spot. So you've come to dive here every day, but without success. You've seen a few fish, some of them very pretty, but not the one you're looking for. Day after day, you come and dive, and day after day, you've had no luck. On the 5th day, you're diving and feel a little discouraged. As that discouragement comes over you, you begin to doubt if you'll ever find what you're looking for. All the other times you've tried things and failed starts to begin to play in your memory. And before long, you're feeling a little hopeless about this. So you dive and you drift all the way down to the ocean floor. And you lay down there in your scuba gear. You've got plenty of air. You're quite safe. But the longer you lay there, the less you feel like getting up. You're stuck, and something needs to change. So you inwardly say the word, help. Suddenly, a push of warm water begins to bubble up beneath you, coming right out of the seabed like a deep sea jacuzzi. The bubbles feel good and are kind of tickling you, so you begin to move a little on the ocean floor. Then the bubbles increase and they begin to push up off the seabed, up through the depths and towards the surface. It feels as if the sea itself has decided you've been down there long enough and is giving you a hand back up. Take a moment to feel yourself floating up, up, and up towards the surface, but not quite to the top. Just as you're nearing the surface of the water, you suddenly see the fish you've been looking for. There it is, absolutely beautiful, even more striking than the pictures you've seen, and full of color. And there's another, and more still. Now you're swimming in the center of a school of those fish, hundreds of them. Take a moment to enjoy this thrilling, ecstatic feeling of success and beauty. Take some of this feeling and connect it back to your life and the challenges you may have been facing recently. Know that you have the power, the energy, and the will within you to re-engage with life, pursue your dreams, and do whatever it is you need to do. Take a moment with this now. Now take a moment to visualize yourself taking your next step and doing whatever needs to be done. See and feel yourself taking action, engaging, and having the good feeling of being connected to life in a deeper, more beautiful and meaningful way. It will soon be time to bring this inner journey to a close. But first, take a moment to thank yourself for giving yourself this gift. Let all of the benefits of this experience stay with you while I do this treatment. This word is for everyone listening. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect. That life is each one's life now. There is one power, one infinite love, one divine peace, one infinite joy. It is the infinite spirit. Each one here is one with this infinite spirit, with God. God is operating in, through, as, and around each one. And because this is so, each one is expressing life in wonderful ways. Each one is claiming the divine qualities that they want to express in their lives, and each one is fully supported because God is everywhere. God is in every cell, organ, action, and function of each one's body, mind, energetic systems, and spirit. And so wherever each one is, that is where the infinite spirit is, animating, thinking through, expressing life through each one. Each one is that individualized expression of the infinite spirit. And so each one is creating their perfect world, thinking it into being, releasing that which no longer serves each one, and creating the new, the greater, the better. Each one is keenly aware of the change of seasons and is using their phenomenal coping skills to move with the seasons of life, to brighten and improve each one's environments, inner and outer. And each one sees the power to make changes within themselves and their lives in order to live this beautiful life to the fullest extent. Anything which no longer serves each one is easily released, let go, vanished, and gone for good. And in that place is more of the goodness of God pouring in immediately to fill the interspaces of each one's lives, inner and outer. And so I know that this is the truth. I release it into God's loving law with joy, with gratitude. And together, let us say, and so it is. More wonderful music from our music minister, Reverend Rich Volk.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. When all fear and worry fall away from me, I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. And love that heals, that will set us free. There is only a love. When I lose myself, when I fear I've lost my way, then I go inside and quiet my mind. I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, that will set us free. There is only love. Reverend Kushner, the doctor.
Yes. Oh, I feel so centered and peaceful. I'm glad I listened to that recording of DeeJah's meditation and Reverend Rich's song. Okay, so now I'm ready to go within and decide what is mine to do today for my greatest good. Oh yeah, there it is. Gotta call the dentist. That tooth is bothering me. All right, call the dentist. That's number one. What else? Oh, my mother's birthday is coming up, and I really want to do something special for her. So I want to think a little bit about that. My mother's gift. Okay, that's health. That's social relations and love. That's what about wealth? Oh, yeah. I want to start filing the paperwork for that property tax abatement. So that'll save me some money. So that's really good. That's for my greater good. Good. And self-expression. Right. I've got this great idea for a podcast. So I want to work on that a little bit, and then I will be all set. It's just going to be, I'm going to get a lot. Sophie, what are you doing in there? You're so silly. You were feeling the love. I know. Okay, well, listen, Mommy's got to do her little things here, and then I'll feed you, okay? So just stay right there, okay? Just be all fine right there, okay? So we're going to get to work, and we are going to, see that right now. Oh, God, it's my boss. 6 o'clock in the morning. What the? I gotta answer it. I gotta answer it. Hello? Oh yeah, no, I'm not doing anything. Sure. What do you need? Yeah. I was working on that. But okay. Okay, will do. All right. No problem. I'll get right on it. No problem. All right. So he wants me. Let me see. No. It'll only take me 5 minutes. I'll get an email out. No problem at all. So let me see. Keep my boss happy. Okay, that's number one. Keep my boss happy. Then I'll call the dentist. Then I'll take care of my mother's gift. Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. There is, everything is working really well. Let me call up that email thing. Sophie, get away from the cabinet. Get away from the cabinet! Okay, all right, good. All right, so she's okay. So what was I doing? Oh, what happened? I gave you the answer. I can't believe this person is messaging me again. I said no. Okay. I got to keep my boss happy. I got to keep my cat happy. I got to find a way to say no nicely so that person gets off my back and not mad. Don't want her to be mad. Okay, no mad. Okay, good, fine. All right, I got the plan. All right, and then I'll call the dentist, and then I'll get my mother's gift, and that's it. What? Oh, hi! What? You want to borrow what? My lawnmower. Sure, go right ahead. Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah. Bye. And mow my lawn too while you're at it. Why did I do that? I swore I wasn't going to lend her anything else. She's got all this stuff, and now my lawnmower? Okay, figure out a way. Win-win situation. A win-win situation so that we can both be happy. A way to get my stuff back without annoying my neighbor. Okay, all right, so let's see what I got. I got to keep my boss happy. I got to keep my cat happy. I got to deal with that thing. The win-win situation. With that, oh gosh, I haven't heard from my daughter for a while. Oh God, I hope she's okay. All right, I got to make sure my daughter is okay. That's number one. So I'll just, you know what? I'll send her a little e-card. That'll just be so cute. It'll be a nice surprise. She'll wake up to a little e-card. That's going to be really good. Okay, so that's number. Ow. That's okay. So the tooth is okay. All right. So first, I'm going to do my. It's okay, Sophie. In a minute. I'm on my way. I got all this stuff to do, and I think I need to go to the bathroom. And I'm. Okay. I need to treat. Okay. There is. I can do it all. The power of the universe is within me. I can get it all done. I can get it all done. All right, so I'm going to take care of it. It's going to be good, and that's the way it is. And I'm just going to get started right now with this. Okay. What happened to my day? Scene. So, there you go. So did you ever have a morning like that?
Yes.
Right, where you start with your spiritual practices and you plan what's best for you, and then immediately the world starts happening. And there's just so many other things that I had on my list that could have happened, whatever. But what you might have noticed was all of those interruptions to what I had decided for my day, my response to them was keeping other people happy, taking care of other people, or the cat, or whatever. And it wasn't coming from divine guidance. So what we want to, what we want to get clearer about is, what is divine guidance? What is ours to do? And get clearer about what is not ours to do necessarily, or it may be urgent and pressing for the other people, but that unconscious or maybe conscious need to please just overrules our centering and our good plans. So this is why good spiritual people like us, right? We're all good spiritual people. We do our work. We get off track so easily. And it's these false beliefs that are within us that we need to become aware that they're overruling our perfect intention, and they're overruling our divine guidance. Now, there's many ways that we can handle it, but one of the best ways I have, and I brought a bunch of index cards. So for you out there in, thank you, Scott. Scott wrote, applause. Okay, so I invite you to get an index card or something like this that would be something you can write on. And DeeJah, if you could pass one out to everybody right here. I tried to do a little bit of it in that little scene that I did. But what we tend to do as these things start getting piled on us is we try to use our spiritual practice in order to make do with all these things that are coming to us, when we would do much better by being clear about not reacting to these things that the world is presenting to us, that we don't have to respond right away, that we don't have to answer, to give us that little space, that little pause, so that we can reflect and remember that we have a choice. So my first practitioner, Reverend Jane Brundell, way back when, decades, probably 40 years ago, or maybe 35, she gave me an index card and she told me to write on the front of it, what is best for, with my name. So I invite every one of you to do that right now. And if you've worked with me, you know what this is about. What is best for, and then I'm writing Karen with a question mark. Okay, so mine says, what is best for Karen? What is best for Karen? And so what she suggested I do whenever I had a choice being presented to me, that I look at this card, I ask, what is best for Karen? And then I turn within and listen to inner guidance or just listen to my heart. And when I have a sense of what that may be, I turn it around to the other side where it is written, and we are writing now, I am worth it. What is best for Karen? I am worth it. Now, when I first got this to do, it didn't make a lot of sense to me because I didn't believe I was worth it. That didn't make sense to me. I used to do it, but the reason for doing it, I am worth it, didn't strike home. And so that unconscious need to please that I certainly have lived with my whole life, and I'm finding I'm still having this come up, was actually an unconscious belief that everyone else is more important than me. So when I got what is best for Karen, I am worth it, didn't mean to me that I am equal, not even equal in worth to everyone else who's around me in my world. So somehow they're being unhappy with me. They're being mad at me. They're yelling at me. Their frustration or disgruntlement or something. That affected me because I didn't believe that giving myself what I wanted had any worth, had any value. So I wasn't getting any strength from this statement, I am worth it, because I didn't believe it. And because it is a spiritual truth that each one of us is created by the divine, and that our whole purpose for being created is to please the inner self, that is the divine self, that is guiding us, because that is our whole purpose, then when we are not valuing that divinely given purpose to be true to ourselves, we are undervaluing ourselves. And not only that, we're undervaluing the divinity in us. And so the need to please is a hard habit to break, because underneath it is no pleasure, or there's no pleasure without a whole lot of guilt in what we call pleasing ourselves, right? It's like, how am I so selfish? I'm so self-centered, da-da-da-da-da. But when we're listening to divine guidance, it's the divine self, the greater self that we are listening to, that bigger self. And it needs to be encouraged. It has to be listened to on the little things, because it is the big thing that's wanting to break through us. But it's giving us baby steps with the little things. So yeah, go make the appointment with the dentist, feed your cat, and, merrily go along your way. And everyone else who's wanting something of you will find another way to get it. Or maybe it was really more in our heads than the other person's, how important this thing was that they needed. But if we're not honoring that divine self, then our whole world just becomes a mess. So we do our spiritual practices, and then we walk out there on the planet with the best that we've given, but we have to keep some sort of active spiritual practice to keep us on target throughout the day. Otherwise, we get pulled away. I've been working on something this past week, and I'm in charge of arranging a whole lot of this huge event, which is very important to me. And I listened to my inner guidance before I got more and more involved, and my heart said, yes, you want to do this, you're the one to do it, you can do it. It's going to be a joy, it's going to be an act of love, you've been prepared for this, you're ready for this, it's yours to do. And as I'm really clear about the divine guidance. I've been doing treatment work, and I get the divine guidance, see if, get this little piece taken care of, then get this little piece taken care of. Don't do this right away because there's another little piece. I mean, I really get that clarity. And then I get an email from someone who is slightly involved with the situation, and they want something from me, which isn't necessary for them to get. So I'm like, I find myself now taken off the flow of doing what I'm being guided to do because this unconscious need to make them happy, to please them, is now pulling me. And so I want to answer them, even though the answer that I have for them is, you don't need to know that, leave me alone. But I don't even want to say that because that's not nice, and they won't like me. So then I tried the little dance. Well, let me just respond in a nice way, Let me respond. I'm working on it, and you'll know what you need to know when it's time to know it. I don't know, what are you going to say? And so, but then there's another question from another person, and then another question. And then, it is more and more of an overwhelming experience as I continue to receive emails, texts, phone calls, questions from all these people that are involved who want to know what they want to know when they want to know it. And it's going against everything that I know to be true, so that I'm now in a tangle. I got all twisted up in knots, and about this one wants that, and I got to say this to this one, and this is what they're probably do. They're talking between themselves, and then they're and I'm getting all bent out of shape every which way. And when I get calm again, I said, at least I had the sense. What is best for Karen? What is best for Karen is don't respond to anyone yet. Get calm. Get clear. Get centered again. And listen to that inner guidance. And you don't have to answer them just because they sent an email. You don't have to answer them now. But also, I don't even have to answer the email if the email was inappropriate. I don't have to answer it. Oh, but they'll be mad at me. Oh, that's so rude. I don't have to answer it. I don't have to. What is mine to do? So I'm sharing with you my, experience of that little skit that I did was a made-up one, but it definitely represents how I've been feeling as I've been trying to plan this really important event, the ceremony to honor the people who are involved and to really stay in that loving presence, to let the divine ideas flow through, and it pulled here and pulled here and pulled here, pulled here. And as I listened to that wisdom, and as it said, don't respond, hold off, wait a minute, sleep on it. It also said things like, okay, you need to remove yourself from your house. You're signed up to usher to the ballet tonight. Go to the ballet. And I went to the ballet and I just watched the ballet. And as I drove home, I felt clearer. And when I woke up in the morning, the first email I saw was a piece of information that was necessary before all of the other steps could have been taken. And I thought, my divine guidance was right. People were wanting information right away, but it was too soon. This little extra piece of information needed to come in. It came in from Portugal. It needed to come in, and now I could respond to everyone, and I could do the next step and give to everybody the next piece that they wanted. So we live challenging lives, don't we? As Jon was sharing, what's going on in the world right now this past week? Did you find yourself torn away from whatever it was that you were trying to do? I mean, I was at a party with a friend a week ago, Saturday. We were dancing up a storm. We were having a great time. And then the young woman next to me brought her phone up and then showed me a video of what is going on somewhere in the world. And I'm like, holy schmoly, and we're at a party, so now I'm like, what do I do? Do I step outside and do I do a prayer, or do I try to forget it and go back dancing? What do I do with this information? And so, yes, it's something that I want to pay attention to. It's something that, yes, I will be called upon to do something, particularly pray, but also I'm here now at this party celebrating someone's birthday. And this moment is here for joy. This moment for me is here for joy, to be part of the joy of someone who spent all this money to have this huge birthday party thrown for themselves. So it's not that we're heartless. It's not that we don't care. It's not that we don't want other people to receive the good that they desire. It's just that we're being divinely guided, and only our divine guidance can tell us what is ours to do each and every moment. And so this little trick, if it works for you, what is best for Karen? What is best for Karen? To enjoy myself. I am worth it. Am I? Am I? Well, maybe I am, and maybe I'm not, but I can act as if I am. And so that's the choice that I make. I receive the divine guidance, and I'm going to act as if I am worth it. And I'm then going to do what I'm guided to do. And yes, I might feel the tugs, and I might feel a little bit of guilt. I might have to face somebody who's angry with me because I'm asking for my lawnmower back, or because I say no, or whatever, or but only in that way can everything be in its right place in the universe. Right? As I've said before, each one of us is in a heavenly orchestrated pattern of movement in this universe. And that movement includes our thinking, our hearts, as well as our actions, not to also our physical positions. So when we listen to that inner guidance system, that same guidance system that keeps the earth in its orbit, when we listen to that and follow that, it gives other people permission to be in their orbit. And so as I move through all the people who want different things for this particular event, whatever, I'm thinking, I'm doing what is mine to do, what I am guided to do, and only then is everyone else released to do what is theirs to do. And maybe they are stressing themselves out. by trying to find out more stuff, which is not theirs to do. And they have their lives to live. And yes, this is going to be a beautiful, wonderful event. And everyone is going to find their perfect expression of love in it. Only if I remain true to that purpose myself. I remember one of our great ministers years back, and one of you will probably remember who it was, but what other people think of me is none of my business. Is hard for me to live, because I was raised to try to figure out what are other people thinking of me so that I can please them. But here's the kicker about the need to please. The need to please is actually, if followed, an activity of manipulation. The eyes got big. Because what do you want? You want the person to like you, so you're not being true to yourself in order for them to like you. You want the other person not to be mad at you, then you are not listening to yourself because you don't want them to be mad at you. So they're not seeing your true, honest self. They're not seeing that self that you are guided to express and to be. They are seeing a version of yourself that you think will cause them to like you or to not be mad at you. And it's endless. I certainly know it's endless. When I heard that that needing to please other people is actually an act of manipulation, I was shocked. I'm like, I'm not a manipulator. No, I'm non-judgmental. They can do whatever they want as long as they like me. Or from my family upbringing, as long as they don't yell at me. That was my version of it. So actually, to take it a step further, to please other people when you are not divinely guided to please them, in order for them to like you or not be mad at you or not yell at you, whatever it is down there that you got going, is actually the selfish act. I'm trying to please you so that you'll like me, and it's not honest, it's not in integrity, it's not what I'm guided to do, but you seem happy as a result, so it worked. And so it was all about me, my little world, and how you're responding to me is all how I want it to be. Rather than, I give you complete and full permission to be however you are. And if you want to be mad at me or not like me, that's okay. What you get is what you see. Isn't that hard? Please like me, right? So let's give that day another chance, okay? Let's see. Let's go back here. All right. So, Sophie, you're so cute. Okay, you just wait right here for a minute, okay? Mommy's going to get centered. I've been listening. Everything, I'm ready to listen to inner guidance. This is what is mine to do. Yes, I'm going to get a hold of that dentist right away. Get that. I'm going to Google for my mother's gift. I'm going to create a little bit on that podcast. And yeah, I'm going to get that paperwork ready for that property tax abatement. I am ready to live my life. This is going to be good. Let me do that now. Oh, geez, it's my boss. Oh, my gosh. What is best for Karen? What is best for Karen? Let it go to voicemail. I am worth it. I am worth it. I am worth it. I am worth it. Okay, I'm guided to feed you now, Sophie. Let's get that taken care of first, and then we'll start our day. Okay. And that's our ending. A happy day. And now, Reverend Rich.
Wow, that was a great performance. I'm telling you, a little performance art going on here. You know, I notice when someone tells me, when I make a request that is probably inappropriate and they tell me so, I may not be happy, but I respect them. Big time. And I don't do it again either. Now I've been happy lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has to come. Oh, I've been smiling lately, thinking about the world as one, and I believe it could be something good to come. 'Cause out on the edge of darkness, there rides a peace train. Oh, peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Now I've been smiling, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe something good has to come. Oh, peace train sounding louder, right on the peace train. Oh, come on the peace train. Oh, peace train, everyone jump on the peace train. Oh, come on the peace train. Get your bags together, go bring your good friends too, 'cause it's getting nearer. We'll be with you. Oh, come on, join the river. It's not too far from you, and it's getting nearer. We'll be true. Oh, peace train sounding louder, right on the peace train. Oh, come on the peace train. Now I've been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on living? Why can't we live it bliss? 'Cause out on the edge of darkness, there rides a peace train. Oh, peace train, this country, come take me home again. Oh, peace train sounding louder, right on the peace train. Oh, come on the peace train.
Peace train. Thank you, Reverend Rich. And now we come to the part of our service where we invoke the law of circulation. We do not give because God needs the gift, but because the giving increases, broadens, and deepens the life of the giver. Nor shall we give from the standpoint of duty. The universe refuses to bargain with us. It has already given us everything it has. But it also has provided that the gift of life can be received in its fullness only as it flows through us to the fullness of others.
Grateful, grateful, yes, I'm grateful. Grateful, 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 yes, I'm grateful. Grateful, 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 yes, I'm grateful.
Dr. Karen has already put our donation information in the remarks.
So, with all that, let me do a spiritual wine treatment for us, because I certainly need it. So this word is being spoken for each one. There is one mind, the mind of God, and the mind of God is the cause and the creator of everything. The mind of God knows everything about everybody. It knows what everyone not wants and will want, and it knows how to arrange everything and everyone in the universe so that each one receives the greater good that fulfills all that God has placed as a desire in their heart. God is in charge of each one and is guiding each one to take those steps to receive the fulfillment of the good that God has promised. And in this way, this universe and everyone in it is in harmony. In harmony because each one is listening to the divine guidance. It is the divine that creates the harmonious expression. And any belief that one needs to create the harmony around them in their world is now exposed to be a lie. That harmony is experienced by each one as each one listens to the guidance of that which is harmonizing all for the highest and the greatest good. This means each one is more convinced than ever to do that which he or she is divinely guided to do, and to be at peace with it, and to know that each and every one in their world is also being divinely guided, and that it is each one's own responsibility to follow that guidance, and that only following that inner guidance is the way to be happy, to be free, to receive that good. So any belief in anyone that he or she is the way for someone else to be happy or to be healthy or to get their good, it's a lie right from the beginning, because each one is realizing that all good comes directly from God. And that if good is brought to anyone on this planet because of anything anyone here is doing, has done, or will do, it is because God made that so. To God goes the glory. And each one now gives God that glory and lives in awe that the glory of God is so wonderful, and that having a happy, peaceful, serene, loving life is the way. I release this word to the law, grateful it is done and it is so. And we agree by saying together, and so it is. And that's the way it is. All right, Reverend Rich, take us out of here. Done. All right, so thank you all. Thank you, Scott. Sweet words. Hi, Tammy. Hello, Tina. We've got Joaquina from California. Thank you for your comments there. Like them a lot. And I think we've got you all. Deborah Taylor, good to see you. And Clee. All right, we got it. All right, see you next week. Bye-bye.